Here we go.
My name is Shadonna. I am from California. I'm a homestead homie, and you're watching Off Grid with Doug and Stacy.
Today we're going to talk about prebiotics. If a lot of you guys are taking probiotics, you're going to need to know this information. We actually did a video a little while ago about a probiotic drink. Where is it?
It's right there.
So today we're going to talk about the prebiotic, which is something that you definitely want to look into so you can get the most out of your probiotic.
And we're all about, foods here. So when we talk about a probiotic, and it's big time in the news, everyone's talking about probiotics because everyone's having digestive problems. Probiotics is just by putting good, friendly, good bacteria into your belly to help with digestion, to help with your immune system, just to kind of keep things flowing. So what we want to talk about now is a prebiotic. And it's not like you have to go out and buy anything or anything. These are just, we're going to talk about foods that are going to help and kind of feed the probiotic so that it can work more effectively.
It's a 1-2 punch.
That's right. Like an athlete, if you have a fine athlete and they're out performing, they can't perform without eating good, right? And eating good foods. So we want to feed our probiotics so that they're able to work more functionally. Sort of like Ginger Rogers, she can't dance very good without Fred Astaire. Or I can't do it without you, right?
Yeah, and I can't do it without you.
So you need a prebiotic to keep your probiotics working efficiently. So you're going to be feeding them, and that's kind of what we wanted to talk about today.
All right, let's get on with it.
All right, so this is going to be short and quick. It's so simple. And you guys, we can all grow this in our yards. We can grow it in our containers. We can grow it, a lot of this stuff everywhere. And it's very simple. So let's talk about some of the foods that are going to be beneficial as a prebiotic. And you really only need, if you can get like a cup of this. And when we talk about my little list I'm going to go through, the best way, of course, is to do it raw. So you want to eat these foods as raw as you can. If not, some of these things, if you lightly steam it, just remember when you're cooking things past 118 degrees, it's going to destroy the enzymes and you're not going to get as much benefit out of it. And a prebiotic is basically a fiber. So, just eat it as raw as you can. And then if you need to cook some, you can, but just don't cook it as much. Steam it is probably the best way to do it.
Steam it.
Okay. So 3 of them that I use a lot, and this is where, like, if I don't do some of these other ones, I always will do these. It's either garlic, leeks, or onions. Okay, so when I'm making my homemade salad dressing, I could crush some garlic in there. If I'm, making, maybe some yogurt, I might put it in there. If I'm doing like a dressing, like a ranch dressing, or I'll just go ahead and cut up onions, and I put onions in my salad for Doug and I every single day. We make sure. So like I was saying earlier, try to get at least a cup a day. Now, a cup of onions might be a little much. So I'm going to go through some of these other things you might want to add to it. You can also look into dandelion greens. And dandelion greens, that is my favorite food for nutrition. I mean, it's just great, a great detoxifier. I'll point
and for
to
a lot of you guys,
up
it's
here.
free.
Yeah, and then I've done a couple things with dandelions.
Yeah.
I'll link it above here. But dandelions are just huge. They're so wonderful for you and a great detoxifier. And they are free. So dandelion greens, asparagus. So asparagus is another great prebiotic food to add to your diet on a daily basis. Also, all your root vegetables, like your turnips and your beets and your carrots, parsnips, all those yams and sweet potatoes. Those are all great prebiotic type foods. And we had some sweet potatoes a little earlier today.
Yeah, we
didn't
did. And we're actually going to be showing you guys how to do something with the vines because they're very nutritious.
Yeah, and then like a sweet potato, cooking it, we're okay doing that. We don't eat them that raw unless I ferment them. Fermenting is very, very helpful. Now, when you're doing some of these prebiotic foods that we're going through, when you ferment them, you're going to get a double whammy. I did a video, we'll link that above. I fermented some asparagus, and if you did fermented asparagus, woo, man, you're going to get some good prebiotics to help your probiotics to even work better. Let me think, what else? Cabbage?
Yes.
Cabbage is another good one that you could do for a prebiotic. And how about some fruits? We have apples, and that would also include raw apple cider vinegar. So if you're making your homemade salad dressing and you're putting onions on it and raw apple cider vinegar and some cabbage, I mean, look at that. You're getting all this prebiotic rich foods to add to it. And bananas would be another one. So I'm just going to giving you a few that are you know, pretty good when it comes to the prebiotic list. But other than that, I mean, I think if you kind of add some of these into your diet daily, it's going to help what you're doing, because when you're talking about probiotic foods, you know, fermented vegetables, we talk so much about fermented vegetables. You talk about yogurts and kefirs and drinks like kombucha, and I did the fermented lemonade and, you know, raw apple cider vinegar, beet kvass. These are all different types of fermented foods.
Water kefir.
Yeah, and these are considered the probiotics. So when you're eating those things and you're adding the foods that we just talked about, like the cabbages and the root vegetables and the apples and the bananas and the asparagus and the cabbage and things like that, that's going to help benefit it and feed your probiotic. So we want you guys to feed your probiotics by adding prebiotics.
Yeah,
right?
So it's really super easy, but you know, a lot of people don't get a lot of greens in their diet, and then they don't realize the detriment that it's causing, and it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds, and then all of a sudden, bam, you know, you're sick, you're in the hospital, can't figure out what's wrong, doctor doesn't know, take this pill. But really, you guys just need to probably incorporate more greens and cruciferous vegetables into your diet, some fruit. You know, I mean, like, you know, we see it a lot too, because like lately we went to the Mother Earth News Fair and we go to the Heirloom Expo, and so we go out to eat, but you know, we really try to find good places to eat, but you can still see people that are just getting a plate full of, you know, just
meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes, right? And there's no greens and there's no salad. And there, you know, none of that kind of stuff. So we're just encouraging you guys to step up on that. We know you guys are pulling all your stuff out of your garden right now, your bounty. So make sure you're eating that, and you eat that first. You know, that should be the first thing that you guys go to.
Yeah, so try to get up on the prebiotic foods. And prebiotic foods doesn't mean you eat it before you eat the other ones. Because I know so many people were like, oh, does that mean I have to eat something before? Just, you know, it's just food that you want to eat. And mix it all together so that everything works together as a team, right? So
you do want to kind of eat it like while you're eating it? Or...
Yeah. It's just part of your meal, so just think about it. But it's not like you have to eat it like pre-game, like pre-game show.
It kind of is though in a way, because like if you eat a salad, you'll want to, or fruit, you want to eat those first. I don't know if you guys know this. Maybe we'll touch on this real quick. Fruit is harder to digest. So let's say like you go to breakfast, or you're at home and you're having breakfast and you want to have some cantaloupe or some strawberries.
We did a video on that,
peels.
on the melons.
Yeah, but so that takes longer to digest. So you'll want to eat that first, take a little break, and then you have your breakfast. So that way that gives your stomach time to start breaking those down. Otherwise, if you go just like, then, you know, your body's going to have a harder time breaking it all down, and then your fruits are going to stick around a lot longer.
And the worst, big culprits are like your melons. So like cantaloupe and watermelon and honeydew. Those really, a lot of people have problems with bloating. So if you do eat those, try to eat those before you eat your other meal. And that would be something that you might want to think about.
And make sure you chew your food. We talked about that in the other video with John Kohler when we were interviewing him at the Heirloom Expo. Where's that video? I think we just used up all 5 cards. I think we used a lot of them.
But yeah, chewing your food is really underestimated. Huge. Because most people like swallow. And that's just going to mess up everything going down. If you can get it nice and squishy and then swallow it, your digestive process has already begun, and it helps so much with digestive problems, bloating, and gas. And the other thing, if we could recommend here, is make sure that you guys are getting enough water into your diet. Water is just, I mean, that's so underrated too. Yeah, I always say in the morning, first thing in the morning, a nice glass of room temperature water with like a half of a lemon squirted in there will get your day started, help detoxify you, cleanse, purify, and you will feel great.
Half your body weight in ounces for your water intake.
So if you're 200 pounds, try to drink about 100 ounces of water.
That's it. So hopefully you guys get a little something from these little health videos that we do and we toss up for you guys. We got some more stuff coming your way, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Ring that bell so you can get notifications on all of our latest updates. Share these videos with your friends. Don't forget to check us out on
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See ya. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. You might want to check out these videos.
And if you want to become a Homestead Homie, click the picture of us below.
We will see you tomorrow.